Hello, welcome to Three at the Back, episode 11. I'm with Jonathan Metcalfe and Joe Halloran.
Hello.
Who at this point, I don't know whether he's reverted back to being a Brentford fan after becoming a glory hunter yesterday. You were. So, we are going to do the standard match reactions as usual, and then we're just going to do previews maybe, if we get around to it, because we've had a lazy weekend and I couldn't be bothered thinking of any topics to talk about. So, 3 games. Brentford lost 2-1 to Newcastle. Mm-hmm. Liverpool drew 1-1 with Man Utd. But we're going to start with Jonathan to my left, who managed to lose 4-0 to Everton on Sunday afternoon. John, you can start your rant now, I think.
It was pretty bad.
Was it?
It was pretty bad.
I saw the notifications coming through my phone. I was like, this is funny. I was just like, my God, that's funny.
The second half was one of the worst second halves of football I've ever seen a modern Manchester City team play. Just ineptitude on every single player on the park. Every single player. I can't separate someone and say, oh, they did all right in the second half. In the first half, I could argue Otamendi, his last-ditch tackles were very good. But in the second half, there was no one, not a single player that came on, went off, stayed on the pitch, that I could say played half decent. They were all terrible, inept. The best players, some meant to be the best players in the league, just horrendous performances.
I remember the last episode, I went, remember the last time Fernandinho wasn't on the pitch after being suspended? You also conceded 4 goals, so there seems to be a running trend with the lack of Fernandinho.
I said when both Fernandinho and Aguero got injured, and one of you asked me, would you see Aguero as the bigger loss? And I said, no, I'd see Fernandinho as the bigger loss, because I think he's a much more important asset to our team, and I think that came to fruition. Zabaleta did well against West Ham last week in midfield, but today he was awful. I say today, I meant Sunday. Yaya Toure made a few passes in the first half, but in the second half, like everyone else, just vanished. Couldn't complete one. Kevin was inept. He couldn't link a pass. He couldn't make a move. He couldn't do anything. Silva was terrible. Aguero didn't get anything. Iheanacho, when he came on, was absolutely abysmal. Didn't do anything right. Not a single thing right. Sterling was abysmal. That back line, I mean, John Stones, good God. I've kept giving him chances, but when you put in a performance like that, he doesn't want to make a tackle. You know, it's all right being a ball-playing defender, but you've got to do the defending part, and he doesn't make a tackle. He just gives players so much time on the edge of the box, players like Romelu Lukaku, to just take a few touches, pick where they want to go, and put it past Bravo. And I mean, Bravo, you might as well put a ham sandwich in there. It's the same effect.
Yeah, that's the issue with me with Bravo. I think, yesterday didn't save any shots.
Nope.
But for me, he doesn't do anything special apart from his distribution. You know, we'll get onto it in a minute. But Mignolet made some great saves yesterday. He doesn't do anything special. He just does. He just makes saves that you expect him to make. Flaps at it from corners a bit, and then he can pass.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't understand why you'd ever choose that over Joe Hart or. Even Willy Caballero.
Maybe does a shift.
Maybe Guardiola was under the illusion that he could do some saving, but he can't. His passing is superb. You're wrong, but put him in the midfield.
Yeah, play him at right back or something.
He's fantastic.
The fourth one, that Lookman. You know, I understand it was a poor clearance from John Stones, which, to be honest, I still feel was unlucky. It could have gone anywhere. Yes, it comes off the Everton player. Yes, he just needs to get out of play, but it could have gone anywhere. Yeah. It's luck that it fell to him. But you know, he's such a tight angle when he hits the ball, and it goes to his legs. Yeah, the goalkeeper should be doing better.
The third one was terrible. Tom Davies.
God, he put in a shift though, didn't he? He played well.
How he didn't get booked, I don't know. He's committed about 4 fouls.
Really? Well done.
No, I think he's played a couple of games.
But still impressive,
Tom
isn't it?
Davies.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, Claudio Bravo came out where Joe Hart would make himself massive and not give Davies an absolute look in at even thinking of chipping it. He comes out, he just slides on both knees the opposite way. Yaya Toure sliding in, he's trying as hard as he can, but his arms are by his side and he's just sliding in like that, expecting to stop the ball, saying, come on, chip me, do it. I'm giving you an opening, I'm sliding towards the byline, do it, chip me. And he did.
Yeah. in my opinion, the teams that are 8th in the league in La Liga are not of the same class as the Premier League teams.
Not by a long
So
way.
when he goes out and playing Everton, he's
issue.
probably expecting an easy game,
That's
really. Probably think he's playing Edabar FC or someone like that.
Yeah, that's the
but he's
issue.
actually playing a top-notch team with a top-notch player like Romelu
You could
Lukaku.
see in a team like Barcelona how his distribution is good, but you can't see properly, fully, how good his goalkeeping skills are, and they are awful. And I would much sooner see Willy Caballero in there, because when he's played, his distribution hasn't been as good, but it's not been terrible. And the man can make a save. In fact, he can make good saves. As you know, last year in the Capital One Cup final, that penalty shootout, I'd say masterclass. He did very well. But he can make a save. And I think it was something like 17 of the last 22 shots Bravo's faced have gone in.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
I said to you, it's unacceptable in League One. Never mind top of the Premier.
Yeah. This begs the question for me: what the fuck do they do in training? Because what is the match preparation for Everton?
I don't know, but
how can you prepare for a match like Everton? How can you prepare for a week for a player like Romelu Lukaku?
But that's the point, isn't it? Because you've just said he thinks he's preparing for a Deportivo or whatever.
But it's not him. I'm just meaning the whole team. Like Pep, how's he setting up his team and getting beat 4-0? That's borderline embarrassing. Well, it's not borderline embarrassing.
It is full out embarrassing.
And it's like, what's he done all week?
In the second half, it was in net. In the first half, though, the passing again was lovely and aesthetic. You know, the passing triangles, they're working, they're nice, you know. We can pass it about, we can dominate possession. I don't know what the possession stat was, but it's probably massive again.
I'll tell you right now.
In an absolute embarrassment, it's probably about 78%, but we lost 4-0. How does that happen? That should not happen.
70%.
70% possession, and we lost 4-0. They had 4 shots on target and scored them all. The passing triangles are lovely, but whatever his plan is in the final third, whatever he's telling them to do in the final third, all of those 4 players, it's not working at all.
But is the game changed if Sterling doesn't fanny about with that chance early on and just buries that? You know, and he goes down, he's claiming for a penalty. If he buries that, like you should do, you should just hit it first time. Every other player on the pitch would hit it first time.
He should have hit it first time.
But we're 1-0 up and it's a different game. So how is that, for me, how is that Pep's fault if your players are going to fanny about and not take the chances?
But it's a different game.
But he needs more than
1-0 up at that point.
He needs more than one chance.
If Everton
they conceded
attack,
fucking 4.
They had 4 shots. Everton have a shot on goal after we're 1-0 up. All it needs is a counter-attack.
But the game becomes stretched. The game becomes more stretched. If you go 1-0 up, it happened yesterday with Liverpool and Man United.
Possibly.
The game gets more stretched, and you find yourselves with more opportunities because they're pushing to get an equaliser.
Do you trust their defence not to concede?
I can't
not
say
necessarily.
I can't say that a goal against Everton would change the outlook of the whole game. I get where you're coming from, and that happened against Hull, and that happened against West Ham, and I understand that. But I can't say for sure that would have changed for certain the outcome of the game, because Everton could have one counter-attack, Romelu Lukaku gets on the ball outside the box, plants it past Bravo, it's 1-1, and then suddenly they're parking the bus again. I can't say for certain that's the case.
but you can't say for certain that it wouldn't. I think.
No, exactly.
You know?
Well, also, a fucking bomb could have gone off. Who knows? Like, we can pick lots of different circumstances out of the hat, but at the end of the day, I think whatever happened in that game, they were going to lose because something's not working. And obviously, I'm not recommending that he go and sack Pep Guardiola, but he needs to have a hard look at his tactic and go, maybe this was all right against Deportivo, but it isn't going to work.
How many of these scorelines does he need until he actually does start implementing it? He kind of did it in the past few games. We've defended quite solidly.
Yeah,
we've done some things going forward. That 5-0 against West Ham looked like a pretty different team. But and then a scoreline like this happens. Clearly, it's not woken him up fully. It was just smoke and mirrors, and I don't understand what happened in the first 10 games of the season. That was complete smoke and mirrors. But surely that indicates that something can work. You don't. It's not coincidence that you just go and win the first 10 games of the season in all competitions. I really don't believe that's the case.
The only other team in the Premier League that normally play this sort of passing sort of football is Arsenal, and to be honest, they haven't won the league in how many years? So clearly, is this sort of tactic not going to work in the Premier League? Because you see Liverpool, they don't play passing football. They obviously pass, but they're normally force pace.
Yeah, but their passing is incisive. It's not just knocking it about in triangles. When they play a pass, they
exactly. It's 1, 2, 3, and they're in the final third. With you, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to the defender. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Of course,
now it's a Sterling. He loses it.
Of course, it's difficult to play the ball in behind the line when you're playing a team that's so structurally sound. Like most teams that we play are structurally sound. They like to get men behind the ball because they know that we can't do anything to get past that, unless it usually takes a penalty. It has done multiple occasions. The whole game, we won 3-0. That first goal was a penalty. The West Ham game, the first goal was a penalty.
Yeah. So you need it on a plate for your bench, essentially, to go in the game.
Exactly.
You at the title race?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think you need another defender / even another goalkeeper to even think about top 4 now?
Well, definitely another goalkeeper. I can't see us carrying on with him in net.
But is Pep too stubborn? Because for me, that's why I didn't like him, because I think he's stubborn. I think he's so in love with his own tactic that he's just deluded that it works.
I think I have seen a bit of change in that. I have seen him tweaking some of the things he was hell-bent on doing at the start of the season. The 3 at the back, he knew that didn't work. He saw that against Leicester. He's changed it to 4 back, and that's not changed since. When we're passing it about the back, it's not often now that we give goals away. That Stones one was a dodgy clearance, and I think Stones just gives 3 goals away, and you can't have someone doing that in your back line. Not by any stretch of the imagination. But this passing about the back, when we get into a tight spot, instead of carrying on trying to pass it out, the hoofing it long.
Yeah.
Which is what you should be doing, and it is what we are doing, and it's definitely cost us a lot less just getting it out when we're under pressure, playing about the back.
So play like Sam Allardyce, you might get a win.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
He'll get stopped by Palace in a couple of weeks.
Well, Mourinho
we'll
went long ball yesterday, didn't he? Gotta say. So yeah.
I'd argue Klopp went defensive. It's the counter argument, but we'll get onto that, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
So do you want to put a little sandwich of championship between the 2 big games?
Yeah. I was just going to say. I was just going to talk about the league table, because now you're 10 points off Chelsea. You are only 2 points ahead of United. How depressing is that?
They're better than us.
Oh God!
It's not.
You could have been level on points if they'd beaten us. That would have been depressing. Oh dear. Anyway, yeah, we'll move on. Championship. Brentford 1, Newcastle 2. Did Scott Hogan play?
No, he didn't. No. He was on the bench. Didn't come on.
Interesting.
I was reading articles. The deal's pretty much done
for West Ham.
Yeah, pretty much done.
Really?
That's much the what's the word? The
coming to the Premier League, boys. Going to the Premier League.
We're going to miss you, Scotty.
Yeah.
Then again, West Ham can get all the help they need.
Like double his wages.
Well, they're getting rid of Simone Zaza, so maybe he's getting a look in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, he's like anything, isn't it? You come on, you take your chance.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, how was the game?
It was alright.
Yeah. Just average.
At the end of the day, I think when we went 1-1, and whoever was going to get the next goal was going to win it. We had a couple of other chances. We had a penalty shout, but their goalkeeper was good, and I must say, Dwight Gale is something special. Watching him on the ball, what like the way because obviously I love Scott Hogan, but he's not technically impressive. He's just a really good finisher, essentially, like Will Grigg was for Wigan in League One. He just stands in the box and can put one in, or can run on from a ball and put it in each corner. But Dwight Gale makes the goals. He takes it for nothing. Literally, Newcastle wasn't impressive. It was pretty much just Dwight Gale that impressed me. I think he scored both of the goals, and I think 2 of them were headers, to be fair. But he did. He was all right. I'm not particularly sad. It's Newcastle, 2nd in the league versus 15th in the league. So, but yeah, we could have won, which is nice, but we didn't win, so I can't really be happy. But I'm content with life. I'm not as angry as John is, because I don't think it's big of a problem.
Angry, I'm just disappointed. Really.
Oh, you are a little bit angry.
Yeah, I'm a little bit angry.
I would be angry as well if my goalkeeper was really, really, really shit.
League 2 standards. Actually, I'm reading here. Well, I'm going to be reading because the article's loading. That the move is being upheld because of proposed add-ons that you can't really agree on between the 2 clubs.
Bloody hell, we want some money for this kid.
Well, why not?
Yeah,
£5 for every minute he plays.
Yeah,
probably get about 15 quid.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Thingy, West Ham signed Payet for 13 million. And Man United signed Cristiano Ronaldo for 17 million. So that's a bit of context to the 15 million for Scott Hogan.
What's he saying? Scott Hogan's going to throw a paddy and not want to play for his club in a year?
Scott Hogan's move from Brentford to West Ham is currently being held up due to a dispute over the proposed add-ons in the deal, according to Sky sources. The Hammers have agreed to pay $9 million up front for a 24-year-old who has only 18 months left to run his contract. Brentford value Hogan at 15 million and want a further 6 million structured into the deal, but so far West Ham have only offered 3 million in additional payments. So essentially, West Ham want to pay 12 and you want to pay 15. You want 15. That's the issue.
I think they're going to pay it. I don't think West
Ham...
they're
desperate. They're definitely going to pay it. There's absolutely no doubt.
They were, I think, for a bit, they were sort of like, trying to make us jealous. They were after Andre Gray, and Burnley went, no, not for sale. No, not for sale, not at all.
No.
We're not selling it to you at all. And they're like, okay, we'll go back to Scott Hogan then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for bothering you.
Brentford strikers are very lucrative, or ex-Brentford strikers, isn't
it? So where does that leave you in the league?
If I had to guess 15th, I don't
15th
think...
still.
You can still Google it if you want, but I think 15th.
15th.
I think we're just behind QPR now, which is a bit sad. QPR have won like 4 games in 4.
Really?
Ian Holloway affecting it.
Really? Oh, yeah. Ian Holloway. Oh, I'm a farmer, yeah.
Okay.
That's stereotype.
Okay, let's talk about... move on to the big one. It's a difficult one to discuss because I still don't really know how I feel about the point. I think overall it's a good point for Liverpool, but much more valuable point than it is for United.
Yeah.
We're now still 5 points ahead of Liverpool, ahead of Man United. We're still joint second. In fact, to be honest, we have a much superior goal difference over United as well. So they're on 12, they're on plus 12, and we're on plus 25.
Yeah.
So if you do it that way, that's as valuable as an extra point. So let's say overall we're 6 points ahead of Man United now. I think it's definitely a good point. However, I've written a few things down here. It was a game that I think we should have won. I thought the refereeing was horrendous. I thought, and I've got some pictures that we can stick on the video. You should be seeing them right about now. 4 occasions, really, that Liverpool players had their shirts tugged. Pogba was wrestling Jordan Henderson to the ground from a corner.
Ridiculous.
The goal was offside, and the Herrera and Firmino thing at the end, where Herrera goes down holding his face.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's a disgrace. I don't mind Herrera. I was saying to my dad yesterday, I don't mind Herrera at all as a football player. I didn't mind him as a guy yesterday because I remember after the game at Anfield, he spoke to the press and he spoke very well.
Yep.
But it really wound me up the way that he was really tugging on Firmino's shirt, and
it was cynical.
And then Firmino pushes him and he goes down holding his face, and the first thing I thought was that Firmino had actually lamped him, which I wouldn't have minded seeing. Given
I didn't. When I first saw it, I thought he's not done that much here.
Yeah.
He's making a meal of it.
But the real
Herrera's fault for pulling his shirt.
Because we're away. That's the issue. We're away.
Cynical foul.
It's 3-on-2.
It's like hacking him down.
Oh no, but that's just tactical foul. That was the best thing to do.
But then to react like that.
Yeah.
Well,
when you've just performed a tactical foul. Is
I know.
No, holding the face.
Otamendi did perform some dramatics in the second half of our game, and it was nothing short of embarrassing.
There's no point, is there, when you're losing?
Well, it's frustration, wasn't it?
But the
You're
goal,
trying to buy something.
The goal is ridiculous. Why the linesman is so deep, for starters, because the issue is so he's clearly offside, but the linesman's so deep for some reason.
About 6 seats away.
So he doesn't see it. So what are we paying him for as the FA? It makes or break. It can make or break a season. Decisions like that. If he flags offside there, who knows what might have happened, right? But if he flags offside there, we take those 3 points. We're firmly in the title race. We're not just about in the title race, as I believe we are now. We're just hanging on.
Yeah.
We're firmly still in the title race with Chelsea to come here, and we've only got City to play away from home.
That's 3 points.
We've only got City out of the top 6 to play away from home, and suddenly the whole perspective of the game's different. United have lost their winning streak, and it's so frustrating. And you were saying yesterday that United deserve. I'm not saying that United didn't deserve a point, but I think Liverpool deserved to win the game. That doesn't necessarily mean that United didn't deserve a point.
I don't think they deserved to win.
You don't think they deserved to win?
I thought you were very average.
Very average in terms of
in the second
maybe
half,
going forward, but we defended so well for so long in the game, and that's proven by the fact that Dejan Lovren got man of the match.
I think the reason the illusion was that
Clavan was very shaky.
Clavan,
it's like an old dithering old man. I didn't have a trust with Klavan. Lovren played okay.
Lovren was man of the match. Lovren probably was the best player on the field. Bear in mind that we didn't have Klein playing. That Alexander-Arnold had to come in and do a massive job marking Martial.
He did all right, but
he did all right. No, he wasn't anything special. No. You're right. But as far as a debut goal,
that would have been scenes, wouldn't it?
Oh, he had that volley.
He had that volley. He got excited, didn't he? Yeah.
Nowhere near.
Yeah. But as far as the debut goes, he wasn't at fault for the goal. He put in a solid performance. He did all right. It is really disappointing, the fact that we didn't. But overall, like I say, just about still in the title race. The Chelsea game is a must-win now. Yeah. On the 31st.
It's tough, that.
It is tough, but it's possible. If you
lose the Chelsea game, you out.
Yeah,
cool.
But I think we're firmly. We're unbeaten at home for over a year.
Yeah, okay.
I don't. Even if we draw, I think it's a must-win. I think even if we draw, because then we played them twice.
There's no more.
For me, it puts United out of the title race.
I don't think they're ever in it, in my opinion. But
I think if they'd won it, then they're 3 points close to us. I think then there's a very vague
the momentum. Of
the momentum. Yeah. But what else have we got written down? Yeah, there's plenty of positives. I thought Mignolet was outstanding.
Yeah,
as I said before.
That free kick save was pretty good.
The free kick save,
very, very,
the Mkhitaryan save. To be honest, I thought it was going to be our day because they did miss a few chances, and actually just before the goal went in, Fellaini headed it and it hit the post.
Yeah.
And my initial thought was, oh my god, this might just be our day, and then they scored. I thought Coutinho came on and changed the game as I expected him to. I thought he was very sharp, it's like he'd never been away, similar to the Southampton game. I thought we defended well. Alexander-Arnold did well. And that's basically all the notes that I've got. I thought overall, like I said, I'd have taken a draw before the game. It leaves us joint second with Spurs. We've still got to play Spurs at home on the 11th of Feb. Even though refereeing cost us again, I thought Michael Oliver. I know he gave us the penalty, which was a stonewall penalty. I thought he made so many poor decisions, and it all started with Dejan Lovren getting booked for a perfectly good tackle in the first half. And I don't know whether you can remember, but he goes in and he wins the ball off Martial.
For me, he touches the ball, but he doesn't win it.
He wins if there's contact on the ball, that's winning the ball.
I get that. That's the technicalities of the
It's
rule.
not a booking though, is it?
No, it's not a booking. But for me, he doesn't win the ball. If he didn't go through Martial would have just stepped over him.
Martial. He didn't go through the back of him. He goes.
Martial's on the floor by the end of it.
Yeah, he's a Man United player, isn't it? Anyway,
mate, don't be biased.
Oh, come on, though. I'm almost as biased.
Yeah,
as
but
Tyler.
you can't define a foul being the players on the floor.
Oh yeah, no, but he did stop him from
which is a shame because
which is the definition of a good tackle. Surely he wins the ball, takes the man.
In recent games, I have seen that players being on the floor is the reason a foul is awarded, even if it's a good challenge. If they're on the floor, it's a foul. Apparently,
I don't think it was a good challenge.
Terrible.
No, well, it was a good challenge. He shouldn't have been booked. It's as simple as that.
Now, can we put Paul Pogba in there? He's so much better at coming out and punching the ball from the corner than right.
It was terrible, wasn't it? They were right. It was like he'd never marked at a corner in his life.
Yeah, it was Jamie Redknapp, wasn't
it? Yeah. He was just awful.
He was awful.
Not even like that. He was awful. I thought Martial was.
I don't think United played well. I think they created chances, didn't take them. The second half, really, apart from the goal, didn't create many chances.
I can't believe they took Carrick off for Rooney. What a waste!
No, but that was the point. The point was that we bullied Carrick. There was one point where he was sort of in his own half, and Adam Lallana came within about 5 yards of him. And he just knocked it out for a throw in because he was just bullied off the ball, and he's supposed to be their cool head. So obviously they're 1-0 down at half time, and I can understand why he took Carrick off. I thought he was going to take Martial off, to be honest. I know he did eventually. But I thought we dealt with the midfield very well.
Rooney was just absolutely dire.
He was pretty poor.
He was awful. I don't think I'd be surprised if he didn't make a pass, and he definitely didn't get a shot on fucking target.
No.
He was awful. He was abysmal.
Yeah.
The saving grace was, oh my god, Zlatan Ibrahimovic was keeping that team alive. He was the heart and soul of it. He should have been wearing that captain's armband, not Rooney or Carrick, because literally he was constantly egging up the team to try and do.
He is. His passion was.
Yeah, he was. I can't.
When he scored as well.
Yeah, he was doing his arms. He was trying to round the team up.
Spot,
but he just. Yeah, he didn't do a Giroud and started fucking celebrating to the fans, going, "Look at my head! Look at my head!"
I did a scorpion kick, mate.
Yeah, and he was impressed me because the things what I've seen in the past, he looks like he can't be arsed being there. He's sort of just kind of wandering around the box, going. But that game, he seemed to step up for the occasion. I thought Rojo played pretty well. Phil Jones made one mistake, which was
which led to the corner actually. Yeah,
which led to the
penalty. But yeah, that's not his fault. He didn't handball it.
No.
But again, that's down to Liverpool. Firmino is just deceptively quick. Firmino, he comes across. He, without Coutinho on the pitch, he is less effective. And I think he comes across as quite a sluggish player, but he is very he's deceptively quick, and he can be on you if you're not careful. And I think Jones learned that perfectly well.
I thought Diamond played quite well on that left wing. He's on the left back.
Yeah.
He didn't play particularly amazingly, but he was there for the attacking chances with Martial.
Yeah, but overall, we're just about still in the title race. I think it's definitely a good point. We're still unbeaten against the top 6 since Klopp arrived completely.
Yeah.
I just think it's a learning curve. It's one of them really. We could have won it, perhaps should have won it if it wasn't for poor refereeing. And we move on. We move on to Swansea next week. So we'll leave it there, gents, just because it's been a long discussion, hasn't it? So overall,
tears, blood, sweat.
Not necessarily in that order.
The tears came first.
Yeah, for John.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for listening, everyone. Check out all the good stuff. Yeah, good stuff in the description that you see every week.
I've heard about it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We will see you later this week for a God knows what it'll be episode.
Yeah.
Just something. Yeah, at some point. Probably on Friday, as usual. Right.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Bye.